June 13th. And today's Sub Sunday. The more you sub, the more subs we have. Let's see, I gotta add some more numbers. It seems so small. That looks really weird. Oh, that looks weird. Didn't change anything. Still. Yeah, truth hurts. Usually doesn't look that strange. People are strange when you're a stranger. Let's see, I don't know. Oh, I'm streaming. Damn. All right, so today is 5 minutes. Let's see if the challenge thing was changed by anybody. And it was. Good. We had a 2-day tournament this weekend with 45 players, and that finished about half an hour ago. And we had a kids tournament that was just today that had 31 kids, I think, and that finished about 2 hours ago. And yeah, everything's quiet at the chess club, sort of, until I get started. And C.L. Smith tied for second in the under 1800. So he won $50. And he's driving home to Alabama tonight. First, he's visiting his friend in Atlanta, where he was staying. Okay. Taking care of stuff. So challenge me 5-minute unrated. And once again, if you challenge the wrong time control, it will be deleted and so forth. I was reading a tweet on Twitter about 30 minutes ago that said at age 88, a man from Venezuela just broke through 2,300 to earn the FIDE Master title. Very inspiring, and everybody's like, wow, that's great. Yeah, that's what happened. The greatest players who ever lived, when they were 88, which most of them didn't get to, they weren't 2,300 strength. They were worse. So yeah, it's obviously nonsense. But people like to believe that nonsense, so that's what matters. And then the guy that I gave a 1-hour lesson to, he won the crypto event that just finished, Matt Huang. He also, I think, got lessons possibly from Botez and Naroditsky. I'm not sure, but I think he did. He only got one lesson from me. I don't know if they gave him more than an hour. But I'll take the credit anyway, because, something. I thought he would win, because when I talked to him, he said he was 1,600. And I was like, it sounds like you're going to win. So, yeah. So that was good. Hooray. Etc. Just got Wendy's on DoorDash. Man, terrible. Yeah, remember that an 88-year-old just became an FM because of his great play. Imaginary Friend 7879 subscribed. Yeah. Hey, it's Aisha. Do you think the slow term will be rated tonight, or there's issues? The slow, the big tournament, yeah.
The Open, yeah, it should be ready tonight.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So if you played in our tournament this weekend that ended like an hour ago, probably your rating will change tonight, depending on the USCF's, something seriousness, and so forth. Let me refresh. Refreshed. Man, that was fun getting Rosened last night. That was good. Man, I mean, I've spoken to a lot of women about that, and they did not like getting Rosened, but I liked it. So I thought it was fine. Let's see. What is the Grand Prix Sicilian? It sounds like a car race in Sicily. Thanks for the question. All right, let's play people, if you can call them people. Thaddeus is first for some reason. Probably because he donates and the rest of you don't. That's probably the reason. Let's see. I usually play D5, but he knows that. Let's see. What can I play that's not D5? Let's play here because he won't know that. Because I made it up. If I made it up, you don't know it. It's a noise. Probably that food was delivered. Your order has been delivered. Thank you. Let's see here. As per your instructions. I don't know about that. Whose turn? Oh, it's not my turn. Good. There's Karen. What's Holden's name? Holden. All right. Bishop C4. Man, Bishop C4 could potentially be explosive. Never play F6. Let's see, what other rules are there? Man, H6 is such a baby move. I guess I'll go here. That's slightly less babyish. Slightly. Let's see. Hi, everybody. And so forth. Mainly and so forth. What happened? Let's see. I hope my CD matures. Man, I feel bad because my opponent, has ED. That's unfortunate. Man. I heard that Thaddeus might have ED there, so I made the board blue. I figured that would help. And even I don't get my jokes. Complicated. C3, now I'm PO'd. Let's see, D5, like a boss. There, I'll go here because he might move his knight and I'll take his queen. Never played a game that starts that way. I have. You can't stop losing to the Sicilian? I talked to Sting about that once. He couldn't stop losing either. Or wait, can't stand losing. Can't stop losing. I have to work on these jokes. Go Ben to tall lecture. Yeah, we put up like 30 videos today on both channels, and by we I mean anybody but me. Yeah, I was pretty sick, and I went to the doctors, and they told me I was allergic to work. So, man, I haven't seen a move that weakening since insert funny joke here. Yeah. Man, I guess when he has ED, then he lets me penetrate. I don't know. An odd choice, but all right. Sack the exchange, obviously. Very nice job editing that last video. Oh yeah, I do all the editing. It's not people that we pay to do editing. It's me. Mr. Perrier. Give me advice for exams I have in 2 weeks. Get somebody smart to take them for you, because you're not going to do well. Was that good advice? It's accurate. Mepex21 subscribed for 30 months. Hooray! Let's see, man. This guy's giving it away like... I mean, I said... What? I said an Auburn co-ed today because C.L. Smith is a big Alabama fan. What's happening? Rook C7. What's going on? What's Thaddeus doing here? Knight D2. That move's not as bad as it is. It's pretty bad. I don't know here. Good advice. The Tall video was great. It was? I was telling tall tales. I hope you guys didn't catch on. Yeah, I have to go to the doctor tomorrow. Can somebody take my exam for me? Because I'm not going to pass. Terrible. Not only did I do a video on short, I did a video with short. Bam! 2 years ago, Nigel streamed with me. You can see it on the the YouTube page. I guess I'll take all of his pieces. It isn't really fair, but what are you gonna do? Somebody has to do it. Yeah, I can Eric Rosen him. I can stalemate him when he's not looking. Truth hurts. Oops. Oh my God, I didn't mean to make it a queen. Well, this is a disaster. I can't set up anymore. I just made it a queen. I didn't... I don't even know what to do anymore that's funny. I have an idea, but 41 seconds, I probably can't accomplish it. But I'm going to try to do it, I guess. Oh, I can't do it because they were all on white squares. I tried to make it a bishop, but I messed up. Hope I lose now. Not sure how I lose, but I'll try. That's not even funny. Terrible. Ugh. Horrible. 6 centidues. Man, that was terrible. Elisa Zhu is rating with a party of 115. Hooray! I always knew it was a zoo in here, but I thought it was because of you guys. Somebody give a shout out. Did anybody give a shout out yet? Let's see. Yay! Last seen playing Food and Drink. Man, I play Food and Drink several times a day. Right now I'm playing Drink. Yeah, I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm American. What do you want? I can't stand losing. Yay, 400 viewers. Thanks for the raid. That was the best raid I had today. Yeah. All right. Man, that sucked. Somebody mark her for the position at least. You know, somebody who has authority. Yeah. All right, it's Mr. Gus. Man, he was ready too. Fish Joke 3 gifted a sub. Good, good. Still theory. Never play F3. Da-da, da-da. I can't. Go stream marker. Always play King B1. The more you win, the more you get banned. Cream City Chess. Hooray. No, my E-pawn. Boo, boo. I hate when that happens. Da-da, da-da. Well, I don't know. Put it in H. King looks pretty safe there. Da-da, da-da, da-da. I was blundering pawns before Gus was born. Then Gus was born. I wonder if I stopped blundering pawns at that point. Not sure. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Let's see. Do you follow soccer? What's up? Anyone know if Bill Gates' vaccine chip contains a chess engine? You should play FM John Curtis from Australia. Very specific. Damn. I'm only down a pawn. Pretty good for me. Although he does have the two bishops. The question is, do I have the what else? The answer is fries. You can't get to sleep. Terrible. What happened? Slum's Piaz da Harshal. I don't know. I do like sacking the exchange for nothing. Man, I really like that. Man. Alright. I just love sacking the exchange. I have to do it. No, he didn't take the exchange. Oh. Dun, 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 dun. Can't stand losing. Can't stand losing you. Bum, 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 bum. With less pawns, I have less weak pawns. Well, maybe I don't. Da, 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 da. It's a weird move. Too weird if you ask me. I can't. Alright. Something. Gotta play something. Mm-hmm. 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 Can you scroll through the queue after you finish? I live in Europe, and I would like to know whether I should wait or go to sleep. You can't get to sleep. Jeff Baldwin 86 is gifting a sub. Hooray! You're the best at gifting a sub. Let's see, it's my turn. All right, take this, take this, take this. I'm not a pawn down anymore. Hooray! I'll be a pawn down in a couple moves, but not now. So it's the first time in my life I wasn't down a pawn. Dankel 16 gifted a sub. Hooray! Man, I could play e5 hoping he doesn't know the en passant rule, but it's too risky. I mean, he might know it. I don't know. I don't know what he knows. Know what I mean? No? Still theory. It's my game with Gus. Ooh, Perrier. Let's see, always retreat, max the envelope, and so on. Always retweet. C4, an explosive move. All right. I don't know the en passant rule either, so. Stop the game, it's too exciting. Moving on up to the queen's side. And maybe he won't know he's in check and I'll win on time. Damn. To calculate this king and pawn ending? Yeah, I don't know. Probably not good. Maybe I can repeat and draw. Let's hope so. I got her to draw. That's cute. All right. Let's see. Did he blunder and lose yet? I mean, he did major in that in college. So, blundering and losing. Yeah, when he was in college, Grandmaster Gus, there were two things he thought about majoring in. One was blundering and losing, and one was rhyming and stealing. And for the rhyming and stealing class, they told him he had to read Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves. Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves. So he didn't want to do that, so he did the blundering class. He was the best student. He blundered like nobody else. He even, for his dissertation, he wrote a song about it. I blah, 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 blunder, then I resign, da, 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 da. And I blunder, I wonder why I have no counterplay. My little blunder away, blundered all my advantage away. What, a free pawn? I guess it'll be free later. Man, it's so free now. I don't know. It's the freest. Bam! Another free pawn. Another train. Ooh, I could be persuaded to trade rooks now. I am persuaded. I don't think he knows the en passant rule. Oh, he does. Oh, this is surprising. Da, 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 da. Bum, 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 bum. My little blunder away, blunder, blunder, blunder away. Hooray! A perfect game. I mean, it says 0 mistakes, 0 blunders, 0 missed wins. That's insane. I made like 4 mistakes in the opening and middle game. Chess.com broke. Worst game I ever played. What is a rotating GM? Always play F3, F6. I'm going to vote for that. It's sort of like when you vote for Buchanan by accident. Man, I got crushed here with the something. I got crushed with the train. Level 1. Terrible. Yeah. Oh, I played 0 mistakes. I kicked the camera. I always do that. Now how does it look when I kick the camera? I don't think anything changed. But I still kicked it. All right. Yabba said don't accept his challenge. He wants to wait till I'm exhausted. Okay. I'll wait. Let's see. You're so next. Yeah, this guy had a tough match with the Jets once. Yeah, but it was broken up by Officer Krupke. Gee, Officer Krupke, crop you. Go Curb. Krupke, we got troubles of our own. Etc. Mainly, etc. It's the Greek gift against the Canadian, eh? Mm-hmm. 500 viewers. This reminds me of the famous game The Truth versus It Hurts. Yay, now I can do some more tickling if he tries to escape. What are we to do? Dun, 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 dun. I won. Good. 0 mistakes, 0. Okay. Hooray. I'm always playing a lot of Canadians on my sub Saturdays and Sundays. Very confusing. Duranonim is correct. He's the most correct because he's technically correct. That's the best. F6. Oh my God. Man. Never play F6. Stop to mate. That doesn't earn his rating at all. Not at all. Never played a Ukrainian. How do I know they're subs? I can feel it. But that's good to point out. Remember, if you want to challenge me, you have to be a sub first. If you're not a sub, then you should sub. If you can't sub, then ask in the chat and somebody will donate a sub Do you think knight c7 check will win his queen? Is it yes or obviously yes? Those are the two. Knight c7 check. I think that wins his queen. I'm pretty sure that it's forced. Yeah, if I can't win by force, I'm gonna win by farce. I mean, I gotta win somehow. Dun, dun. I used to play a lot of players from the Ukraine, but I stopped because the Ukraine is weak. You don't say Ukraine weak. I'm from Ukraine. Hey, we're playing a game here, buddy. B5? That's not D5. Well, I'm still going to do what I wanted to do, even though it's stupid. I was stupid before you guys were born. Lost to a kid. Let's see, what happened? Man, I thought I was 2 good, but I guess this guy's 3 good. Man, I want to play this really terrible move, but I guess I won't. I want to, though. Or if he plays knight c6, then the diagonal is all taken up. It's 2 connects 4. What previous Soviet countries have you been in? Well, let's see. There's America, etc. You missed knight takes b5, winning a rook. Oh, yeah, that's what I missed. Knight takes b5 with a 0% chance of winning a rook, but I missed it. See, what you didn't understand was the knight here can't take this rook. I know you thought knights move like that, but they don't. But thanks for your suggestion. And now I have a suggestion. Don't suggest chess moves anymore. Boo, boo. Man, every move suggested is the worst. The queen, my queen can jump over his c-pawn? Man, what drugs are you on? Yeah, you gotta learn how the pieces move before you suggest moves. Sorry. When he takes back, why is he blundering his rook? So that your original sentence would be right? So what you're telling me is, if my opponent lets me take his rook, I can take his rook. But you said the move wins the rook. See, let me show you something. Knight e3, which you think blunders my queen, it blunders his queen, because he would definitely play queen d5. So knight e3 wins his queen, but I'm still not going to do it, because that's not nice. Bam! Bishop g9 would win a queen. Let's see, A, B, G. No, bishop g9 doesn't win a queen. Yeah. You missed knight takes w17. I saw that. Yeah, anyway, less drugs, more donations. They found 69 pounds of coke on like a cruise ship. Yeah. And the guy was only going to go to jail for like 10 years, but then they found out it was Coca-Cola, so now he's going to jail for 20 years. Man. Let's see, I'll go here and so forth. Man, I wish I had played your moves so I could get a better position than this one. And so on. The 69 pounds of coke, that happened. I wasn't kidding. I thought they measure coke in kilos. How would they know how many pounds it is? Now, if he plays queen f7, I have a checkmate that you don't see. You see queen takes queen mate. You see that. You think pawn takes queen is mate, but it's not. But you didn't see this mate. That's the mate you didn't see. That's the one the kids like because I also fork his king and rook. Yeah. Well, he tried and he failed miserably. The lesson is never try. Yeah, 69 pounds is at least 2 kilograms. That's right, at least. Take rook after mate is correct. All right. Let's see. That's the wrong time control. Yabba Dabba Deuce said I shouldn't play him. He wants to wait till the end. So 3 minutes wrong. Man, this is wrong. And then everybody else is right. All right, we'll skip Yabba. Just kidding. Oh, I tricked Yabba like I always do. He said no. Man, probably he'll play e6, so we'll pre-move that. What? Rook d2 exclam. R2 to d2. C3, then on PO. No, I'll go here. Tough stream. Yeah. The stream is tough. That's why I'm seeing my doctor tomorrow. Ooh. The doctor said, "How's your stream?" I said, "Eh." I said, "Okay, come on and see me." Fred married Wilma and dad of Pebbles. That's right. When Pebbles was born, that was the most watched episode ever of the Flintstones. And then somebody said she's a chip off the old block. And then a response, which I think Barney gave, but I don't remember, was more like a pebble off the old Flintstone. And then Wilma said, "What a wonderful name, Wilma Pebbles Flintstone." That all happened too. I can't make up, stuff from Flintstones. It's too important. Let's see here. As long as I don't develop any of my pieces, I should be good. I used to have a Commodore 64, and when I lived in Europe, I would put my games in the Commodore 64, print them out, and mail them to like my parents and brother and stuff. Those were the good old days, or the terrible old days. I don't know. Something. There were some kind of days. I don't know. Maybe I was dazed and confused. That could be it. Man, my opponent put it in H. I don't know. Always retreat. You lost to my MacBook today. Harsh. If you have any Flintstones related questions, then I'm here for you. Whatever you need to know. New emotes. I didn't know there were new emotes. There's new emotes? What? Well, there are. I don't know when those happened. Yeah. Did you know about that? Taisha, did you know I had new emotes?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I got 3 new emotes.
Nice.
Dad Jokes, Never Trade, and NH3. Huh.
Oh, nice.
They're new for me. I've never seen them. So they're, I don't know. Maybe they've been here for a month. Yeah, that's weird. People in Dubai wouldn't understand the humor in the Flintstones, but people in Abu Dhabi do. Damn. Abu Dhabi do. Very good. Yeah. Let's see. Big money, big money, big money. No whammy, stop. Alt F4 Pro, $10. Was Star Wars actually a good movie? Star Wars, A New Hope, Episode 4 is the best. And then probably The Empire Strikes Back is the second best. And then, the other one's acceptable. I can't think of the name of it. I'm so mad. Why can't I think of the third movie? Return of the Jedi. And the other ones are just garbage. All right. Let's see. He's going to check me. That was his whole plan. Interesting plan. All right. I guess I'll do something. Maybe here. Yeah. Yeah. No, the other ones aren't good. No, just the first ones. Yeah, Star Wars was genius. It doesn't even matter if Empire was better because Star Wars, the New Hope started it. I mean, it was a New Hope. See, my mom's middle name is Hope, so something. So if I go here and he plays D4, he's not playing D4 on cue, he's thinking. No, 4, 5, and 6 are masterpieces. Also, grandmaster pieces. C5, proving he's not cheating. Granny's Gambit subscribed. Good, good. Panorama, 9 cent to do's. Also good. Yeah, remember, don't talk about Star Wars in the chat. Just donate. Your Star Wars understanding is worse than your chess suggestions, which that's not even possible. Never play F3. Yeah, I could go here, and then I could play Rook takes D5. All right, I guess I'll do that because he might not know he's in check, and then I'll catch up on time. I have the 2 bishops versus the 1 bishop. Z-Ray Vision better is 2 better than X. What? I blundered? I've never blundered, except, almost every game. I'll go here. Then he'll think he's pinning my bishop and winning it. And I go here and he's like, aw. I just did it because it was funny. 2 bishops, what else? This reminds me of a game Anand played because black can't do Vishwa nothing. Sort of like when he was playing those cheaters today in the charity simul. Yeah, more than one person cheated, but I mean, one guy obviously cheated. Frankly, I saw he would do that, but I thought it was shallow and pedantic. I have 34 seconds. Ah, that's not good. Now I'll have to beat him the old-fashioned way. To death. I should have made a bishop because that's the funniest. Oh no, my pawn. Etc. Always retreat. Probably 0 mistake. No. 4 mistakes, 1 blunder, but I was never in trouble. Good. As long as I'm never in trouble. Just reading tweets. They're not too good. Oh yeah, I wonder who won that game that I wasn't watching. That's why I don't know who won. Yay, the Bucks won. I heard Kyrie's injured very badly. I'm trying to figure out which team I hate more, the Nets or the Lakers. And I can't decide. It's too hard. Let's see. Could somebody in the chat give me a reason why I should hate one team more than the other? There has to be a compelling reason. Did I read about the Indian billionaire who cheated on chess.com and got his count banned? Yeah. Did you have a draw? Never. You missed a free pawn. Oh no. You once swam in a pedantic river, or it was the Potomac, right? How do you cheat in Blitz? If I told you, then you would start cheating. Terrible. Do I watch Formula One? Does anybody? The answer is no. If I want to see a car going fast, I'll film myself driving a car. And so forth. Secret Threat, Michigan Chess. That's the horse. Dun, 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 dun. Mets suck. Yeah. Have you ever put money in a championship match? I don't know. Do I watch cricket? Am I Indian? Lakers have LeBron, so that's why I'm supposed to hate them more or like them more. I wasn't sure what your point was. It's more fun to hate the Nets because they're still in it. That is true. Yeah. That's a good argument. Hating the Lakers is in hibernation, so let's hate the Nets. Lakers are from California. It says I did have a draw. Never. Lakers had Kobe. Kobe. Why would someone cheat in a simul event? You know, because he's the worst person who ever lived, I guess. Some people hate the Lakers because their fans are the worst fans in the NBA. Damn. I race in Formula One. No lying on my stream. Do you have a driving license? Man, it got dark in here. What happened? Scared.
Oh, did you leave it on?
What? Oh, no, that's fine.
Okay.
You leaving?
I'm gonna take the trash out and then I'm gonna leave.
All right.
Check everything.
Pad, see you.
See you Wednesday.
Huh? Yeah.
Wednesday.
See you Wednesday.
Have a good one.
Thank you. At least the Lakers have Laker girls. Terrible. Why am I so cuddly? Why not? Ben Feingold looks better than the Laker girls. Kobe had an unfortunate demise. What happened? How much can you bench? It's okay to cheat for charity. All right, good chat. And by good, I mean like terrible. Man. Why can't we be friends? Oh, I like this guy's avatar. It's Patrick. Yeah, Patrick's a really good character. Go, Patrick. Knife F6. Call that a knife. I'm scared. Oh, it's the garbage.
Yeah.
Still scared. Man, he stopped all my threats. But he forgot. It ain't cool being no jive turkey so close to Thanksgiving. $3. Thanks, Astrosist. You're the best. GM Chess King, 10 centidues. Hooray. All right, let's see. What's happening? I'm threatening mate, and he'll never see it. Never. Don't, what is it? Don't get to the chopper. That's right. Yeah. Kobe. Well, you can't go there. That's a good move. Yay, a noise. Aunt Podian subscribe. Great shirt. Thank you. That way, if I forget who I am, I can look, and then I'll know that my name is Rar. So that's good. Always retreat. Let's see, then my knights are superfluous. If I knew what that meant, I would know that it's bad. There, I'll go here. That looks bad. B5. B5 is pretty strong. There. Yeah, I'm actually losing here. But he has to figure out why I'm losing, not his strong suit. All right, we'll play the obvious B4. Thanks, Yay Ben69 for the 12 centidues. Have you ever done Super Bullet? Do I have to put a cape on for that? Super Bullet. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, it's my move? What did he do? E takes D4. Oh, yeah, I had a knight there. Yeah. I'm smart. Thanks, Curious Chimpanzee, for the 200 centidues. Who won the Saturday tournament? There was no Saturday tournament, so nobody. There was a weekend tournament, and there was a Sunday tournament. The weekend tournament, Ethan won. 5 out of 5, the open section. And there were 2 other sections. One of the kids went 5-0 in the under 1400. He beat Karen in the last round. She would have tied for first if she won. And then the under 1800 also had a clear first, but I forgot his name. This game's too complicated. I mean, that move's terrible, but I'm going to play it anyway, but it's not a good move. Thanks, GM Chess King, for the centidues. Yeah. It was 28? What? No, that's my bishop or something. It's like my pillow. Okay, let's do a poll. Somebody set up a poll. Who's crazier? Trump or the pillow guy? Because I actually want to know. I don't know who's crazier. I got nothing. I mean, I'm up a piece, but every move loses. All right, let's, go here or something. The pillow guy's Mike Lindell? Something like that. I'm close. It might not be that, but, Oh, it is Mike Lindell. Probably pronouncing Lindell wrong. Yeah, I don't know who's crazier. We need like a team of psychologists from Germany to figure it out. Poll is up. Let's see. Trump or pillow guy? I'm going to go Trump, but I could be wrong. I actually don't know. Who's pillow guy? Man, guys are more uninformed than usual, and that's not even possible. I felt very bad for him. Yeah, it has an apostrophe in that case. Boats and hoes. Although you spelled judge incorrectly. Was that a typo? Yeah. Rookie 7. I don't know. Let's see. Ooh, I mean, he might not see his queens attacked. That would be good. Whose pillow guy is correct? Queen D7. Yeah, that's a good move. Always retreat. Yeah, one time when I was working at McDonald's like 35 years ago, I was by myself because I was closing up, and I thought a burglar was there, and I got really scared. But then it turned out it was okay because it was the Hamburglar. This game is not going to be rated high by the, percentages or whatever. Let's see. Can I be friends with chicken nuggets? It goes, against what I believe. But, all right. 5 centidues. Hooray. Man, Trump and my pillow guy are neck and neck. God damn. 50-50. The question was too difficult. Bishop D6, a brilliant piece sacrifice. This may be the worst chess game ever played. See ya. Thanks for, doing stuff. I'm not doing stuff. So somebody has to do it. Rook takes C6 is mate, right? You guys see Rook takes C6? I'm guessing you don't. But if you did, it would be mate. Go, Rook takes C6. I guess I'm just lucky. Mate. You guys knew exactly what I meant when I said it, except for one thing. 4 mistakes, 0 blunders. You should quit chess. See, the thing doesn't know that I predicted Rook takes C6. Yeah. All right, I did not. Pillow guy sounds funny. That's funny. It was insanely impressive. It was mainly insane. But there was also impressions or something. I know where you're going to blunder before you do it. Probably like this is a tape, and then I'm cheating or something. All right, back to a 3-digit opponent. It's the only ones I can beat. It's Ben. Go Ben. Pillow guy wins. He's the craziest. Damn, Thaddeus gave 19,900 channel points. I don't even know what that means, but good. It's tradition. It's true. Tradition. If I were a rich Ben, then something, 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 something dark side. All day long, I'd... Oh no! My queen! It didn't freeze. I was just sitting there. Let's see. I could fork his queen and rook, but I'd still be losing. I'll just give him a spite check. If you give a spite check, sometimes they lose their internet or something like that, and then you can still win. You gotta just keep checking them and see what happens. What? That's checkmate? Shocking. 2 bishops, what else? Let's see. That guy's from Denmark. He's doing worse than the guy that, went to the hospital yesterday. Yeah, maybe it's the same guy. Truth hurts. A charity stream. Who's Eric Rosa? There he is. I hope I'm his charity. This money all goes to Ben Feingold. Yeah, somebody, do a marker for that clip that Grandmaster Gus gave. Well, some of you were chums, but some of you were chumpettes. Yeah. Is it antiquing? That's a good clip. That's a good clip. No, not this guy again. Boo, boo. He tricked me. Check, check, check. He has alligator blood. Do you like the gambit play? I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds good. Some of us are literal daffodils. Really? Wow. How are you literal daffodils? Can't you be figurative? I've been streaming over an hour. Guess I'm having fun. It only seems like 59.9 minutes. Well, I can't go to chess.com when I'm streaming. All right, so they got the food, and they just left. Brand new wolves. What? Why is that a news story? Are they hungry like the wolf? I did a DNA test and found out something. Very suspicious. Go Nur. No. Maybe he won't know he's in check and I'll win on time. Yes. It's always the plan. Does this ridiculous trick work? I think the answer is fries. Yeah, my knight's defending my e-pawn, so that helps. Hooray. I'm having RCT. I don't know what that is. What's RCT? Well, I don't know what it is. See, I told you my knight was protecting my pawn. Otherwise, he could go here and he'd be better. I'm not saying he's not better here, but he'd obviously be better if you take the pawn back. Now I'm a pawn up from my troubles. I got troubles, matey. Let's see. How do I get his... Oh, I can go here. Oh, that hangs my pawn. I wanted to go here with the idea of knight f4 and or rook h3, but I blundered my pawn. Man, he's too good. I wonder if he's one of the knights that goes Nur. Root canal. Isn't that something that's happened to billions of people? Now, is Euro 2020 soccer or the singing competition? I don't have the vision to know. The vision. Man, this position sucks for being up a pawn. I gotta play f3? Terrible. I'm going to castle queenside to confuse the audience. So that's good. Because half of you will think it's illegal. 50 cents. You have to get BTTV LOL. It's a Twitch extension, etc., etc. Why is Euro 2020 and 2021? Why not? Who sings better? The people who are in the Eurovision or the soccer players in the Euro 2020? The answer is fries. Knife F5. Look, I'm always like outside and I collapse, and they don't do news stories about me. Ridiculous. Yeah, I got a text from Donald Trump earlier, and I've been using this, but it's not working. Something. Let's see. I gotta go get some Perrier because I don't have it. Oh my God! I'm almost out of Perrier. After this bottle and the next 20 bottles, there's only 20 bottles left. Yeah. Get some more Perrier. All right. So if I take this and this, he takes this, and then I'm losing. If I castle, you guys will think it's illegal and you'll get mad. So I guess I'll attack his bishop because he probably won't see it. That was good analysis. Oh no. Ben is on fire. All right, now he blundered the exchange. Little does he know I was blundering before he was born. Maybe he sacrificed the exchange, except for one thing. Why is the guy giving all his pieces away? Is he playing for stalemate? Probably. Why don't we steal mate into the night? Dun, 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 dun. Who's going to win Euro 2020? I don't know, not Denmark. Oh, snap. Gotcha, bitches. That was a good prediction. Always sack the exchange. Man, how does a guy have 5 isolated pawns? I thought 4 was the max. Knife F5. Frankly, terrible. This guy's the king of having no pieces. Must be Polish. Let's see. Oh, he is. All right, and the move I've been waiting to play the whole game. Bam! Just wanted a castle. Move 29. Just to prove it was legal. The move doesn't make any sense. I just wanted to prove it was legal. Dun, 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 dun. Yay! Something I can't read. Subscribe with Prime. Thank you. There's like letters and numbers. I guess he's 7. I wonder if anybody gets the Weird Al reference. Probably not. Hey. He sacked another exchange and then some. All right, I'll try to stalemate him again. There we go. That's the start. That's right. Don't take it. Right. Oh, and I stalemated you. Not sure how, but somehow. Why don't we steal away? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Why don't we steal away? Why don't we? Still theory. 104 moves. That's pretty good. I had to triangulate a lot there. That's important. Yay! 0 mistakes, 0 blunders, 0 missed wins. That technique was perfect. Moving the king or bishop, that was great. And then 4 pawns to 7, then not promoting them, then making knights. The engine's like, mwah, foamy up. 100 centidues. Yay, secret threat 1. Yeah, isn't that what I said? Yeah. Thanks for the $1. Hooray. If you guys knew what the 50 move rule was, that would be good. A perfect game. 0 mistakes. 0. Right. You can't play better than that. Now, what I did do that game, which possibly has never been done before, although obviously it has, is I promoted to 4 knights consecutively. Moves 94, 95, 96, and 97, I promoted to knights. You know, I'm working on my knight moves. What can I tell you? Are you guys, like, marking that? Where's the marker people? You can call them people. Aviv won't watch this stream because he's asleep. And so on. All right, time to read my emails. Why can't we be friends? Yeah, I got to go to get the blood taken at 8:30. God damn. I schedule my gang fights later in the day, but that was the only time they could meet. So. Lots of inaccuracies. What? Every game I play it with you. All right, back to whatever it is I was doing. Isn't this the guy who was going to sleep? He couldn't get to sleep. Thinks about the Danish. What? His name's I only do the Danish. No. Now, I don't know. I'm just positing it's many people are saying if he's not playing the Danish gambit, he only does the Danish mean he's having sex with the Danish? Because he's not playing the Danish. So he says he only does the Danish. Just asking. It's possible. Probably? Okay. Yeah, according to Family Guy, you can microwave a bagel and so forth. Yeah. No, I meant the pastry. I didn't mean people. People's also funny. But I meant the pastry. Yeah. Never play Danish. I don't do the news without my Danish. Good. Try to find somebody to replace me. 100 people killed in Kuala Lumpur. Ay, ay, ay. Yay, there's lots of people. Roar. B4? Say what? I'm just making this move because it's funny, because all the pieces are hanging. I have no idea if it was any good. That was funny. No, this is less funny. I mean, now it's like a normal position. I've never been so angry. What's the dumbest move I can think of? I think it's here. I couldn't think of a dumber move. I tried. But trying is the first step to failure. What? Knight takes f4. Say, what? Not as good as g takes, but close. See, here, takes, queen, there, carry the 1. I don't know. Never play f3. No, never. Which billionaire cheated? Yeah. I mean, a lot of guys were cheating, but that guy cheated the most, so he wins. It was a cheat fest. Remember, every game everybody plays ever, they're cheating. Remember that. Oh, I didn't tell you guys. About 2 days ago, maybe it was yesterday, I don't remember. Chess.com sent me a message saying, fair play violation by one of your opponents. Here's some rating points back. No idea what they're talking about. I don't know. It could have been anybody I played. I didn't complain about anybody lately, so I don't know who it was. That's why I'm 25.98 instead of less than that. Ruin his reputation? Oh no! If his reputation's ruined, all he has to fall back on are billions. I hope it's my move because my queen's attacked. Okay, good. Put it in H. He attacked my queen. What do you want? Everybody I played yesterday. Yeah. Well, I mean, I play unrated on Saturday and Sunday. There was a charity simul with famous Indian people against Anand. And a lot of them cheated, but one guy really cheated. So that guy who beat Anand got scholars mated 3 days ago. I'm not saying you guys don't get scholars mated, but I am saying you guys don't beat Anand. So, let's see. D5 is probably a silly move. Let's do that. Frankly, it was terrible. Why don't we steal all his pieces? And the guy's got the 2 bishops, but I have the fatals. I don't know. I mean, this winning his queen seems mean. Do you want to have something else I can do that doesn't win his queen? I don't know. I don't even see another good move, so I have to win his queen. I'm sorry. I don't want to win your queen. I want to have some fun with you. Yeah, it's like I'm Mayweather and you're one of those idiots that fights him. I just want to have fun. I'm not trying to beat you. It's an exhibition. Bum, bum, bum. Good old rock. Nothing beats rock. What about paper? No, rock destroys paper. Well, I've beaten Anand, but not in rated play. I've beaten him like in blitz chess and without a clock. But I haven't beaten him in a raid game that was rated. But maybe you didn't mean me, so that's possible. So here's why I'm going here. I'm telling you why. I think he's going to play Rook F2. He might not, but I think he is. I'm explaining. Okay, he didn't. Then I was going to play A6. Then he would double his rooks, and I would play Queen G4, mating him. It was all perfectly planned. But it didn't work. Let's see. How do I check him randomly and somehow win his rook in the corner? I don't know. It looks like that can't be accomplished. Darn. Oh, well, I guess I should castle. It's been a while. Yeah, what move was that? 23. That's pretty early for me. 23 and me. Do you watch Coffee Chess YouTube channel? What are you talking about? Have you beat Hikaru? Many times, but again, not in rated play. I've beaten him in many blitz and bullet games. But not. We only played one game that was rated. It was at the U.S. Open in 2007 in Cherry Hill. And that game was a very sharp draw. And that's the only time we played a rated game. Now, we have played rated blitz at St. Louis, and then he always wins those. Hey, maybe I can win his rook with a series of checks instead of just winning a normal way. We'll try it anyway. No. I check you, you check me. In Soviet Russia, chess checks you. Give a dog a bone. Won't you get 5 queens too? It's time for the Eric Rosen stalemate trick. Against me, it works. Well, I almost played that. I wasn't making a joke. Just like an idiot. Hooray! I didn't do anything funny, but I played 88 moves. But that wasn't really funny. 2 mistakes, 1 blunder. At least I didn't miss any wins. Terrible. That wasn't really funny at the end. That was just me panicking. Yeah, usually I only panic at the disco. I don't panic here on the stream. All right, it's time for the second train. The second train. Why can't we be friends? Is there a Georgian opening? You know, when you know, Karen and I are getting intimate, you know, there's a Georgian opening, you know. What are you going to do? Bum, 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 bum. What is your reaction to Clever Nowadays being banned? Who's Clever Nowadays? What are you talking about? What? Who's Clever Nowadays? Let's see here. So my recollection of Clever Nowadays was we banned him from our channel because I just thought he was cheating. I didn't have any proof. And I guess you guys are telling me that chess.com banned him? Is that what you're saying? No, I know who he is. I was kidding, obviously. He wasn't banned from chess.com when I banned him. He was just banned from our stream because I thought he was cheating. Chess.com banned him? Yeah. Yeah, the reason I thought he was cheating wasn't because he beat me, because I lose a lot of games. It's how I lose games that I think people are cheating, not if I lose games. I lose a lot of games, but sometimes when I'm losing, it seems odd to me. And his play always seemed odd to me. It seemed like he played the opening very badly, like somebody who was 1,500, and then he played the last 20 moves of the game like he was better than Magnus. And he did it a lot. I'm always +1, +0.5, and then I get rolled over like I'm terrible. And I'm like, I mean, that didn't make any sense because he wasn't like a GM or a super GM. He's some guy. So it just didn't make any sense how he beat me. Because he beat me a lot. And it wasn't, you know, it just seemed weird the way he beat me. It was strange. What's funny is maybe he didn't cheat against me and then he started cheating afterwards and everything I said was wrong. Bam! Snack or subscribe with Prime. No, I mean, when Ben, he was thrown off of chess.com, Karen. Recently, I guess. Was it recent? But like a month or two ago, we banned him from the stream because I was just too suspicious. I mean, it just seemed weird the way he beat me. Yeah. Kevin R. Hart 51. Well, sometimes Karen and I talk and you're not privy to it, Yabba Dabba. Sometimes we talk when we're not on stream. It happens. And so, yeah, we decide who's cheating, who's not cheating, etc. Mainly, etc. But it looks like that one I got right before chess.com did. Hooray for me. Man, I'm so bad at chess. Ugh. Why am I so bad? I don't know, here. Some kid beat Vishy. A billionaire rated 2000. Man, everything you said was wrong. The billionaire part was right. The kid part's wrong. The fact that he beat Vishy is wrong. Rated 2000 is wrong. Damn, that's some wrong nonsense you're saying. The reason the gawking rabble are saying the guy was rated 2000 is there's another guy rated 2000 with a similar name. And they're like, that's close enough. This guy's like 100. He gets scholars mated 3 days before he played Vishy. Obviously not a kid. Terrible. Da-da. Nope, I've never banned anybody for not cheating. Yeah. Everybody cheats every game, so I don't think it's out of hand. It's just, that's the way it is. Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. Kramer's probably about 1,300, so I guess he is. Yeah. Go Michael Richards. They set up a match with me with Michael Richards after the Cars, Comedians and Cars to see if he was as good as he said. And the day before the match, he said, I have to have white every game. And I'm like, well, it's a match, so we take turns. He said, no, I don't play with the black pieces. I don't like that. So I refused to play him. What if you guys understand that joke? Yeah, probably not. Mm-hmm. You can't say he bested Vishy. He cheated. That's not besting somebody. That's cheating. We understand it? Good. Mm-hmm. Always retreat. Mm-hmm. Cosmo. I wonder if Kramer's mom and Newman ever hooked up again. Mm-hmm. He wasn't the only one cheating. He was the only one that was obviously cheating. Other people were cheating too. It's important to cheat, but I'm not sure why. Night before what? This guy's too good. Man, if he plays knight c3, he's my hero. Aw, he could have been my hero. Did I ever tell you that this guy's my hero? He's everything I want to be. He can fly higher than an eagle. I didn't see that was legal. I gets to play king takes. Let's see. Always sack the exchange. Okay. Okay, good. Don't know why I did it, but I always do it. That's the rules. If he doesn't take it, that would be great. All right. Do I play bishop f5 or rook e1? I think the answer is fries. I don't know. Let's play here. I have no idea which one was better, or if they both lose. I just like sacking the exchange. And here, I guess. Then I don't know where the knight goes. I guess c4? That makes the most sense. And then I wonder if knight c8 was better. Let's see. I don't think so. I think knight c4 is probably better. It's close. And then let's see here. And then could play that because he won't stop the mate in one then. Or I could repeat. Always repeat. I'll take this knight, this knight. Yeah, I think I'll play the mate in one threat that he won't stop. He'll play rook e8. He won't play rook. He won't play rook h7 or rook f8. He'll just play rook e8. I guess knight d7 is the best one. Yeah, there you go. I don't know. So many knights to take. I just don't know which one to take. Man, this is like the same mate, except I could do that same mate, but I can't do it because the square's not taken by the rook. That's funny because it's the exact same checkmate, but I can't do it. I can't play rook takes c6 mate like I did the other game because his king can go to a8. Terrible. Man, I can't believe it. I mean, doing that mate again, that would be, frankly, delicious. Always repeat. Yeah, if his rook was here, I could have gotten that same, conglomeration of pieces and stuff. Man. 2 mistakes, 2 blunders. That was a serious game. That's a new thing that they do. The more you donate, yeah. I'ma be. Levels. Go Ken West. That's Grandmaster Ken West. Grandmaster. Well, obviously, nobody likes the Nets or the Lakers. Just a question of which one do we hate more. People were convincing me to hate the Nets more, I think, because they're still in it. That was a good argument. They're still in it. So, yeah. She has a Janis Joplin. Hey, Karen, when you sang and I put it on Twitter and it has 1,600 views, somebody said you had a Janis Joplin thing going on. Yeah, I agree with that. That's funny. Somebody tweeted that Marjorie Taylor Greene says COVID is a bioweapon because God would never create a fatal illness that harms people. And then AOC said, tell me you've never read the Bible without telling me you've never read the Bible. She always gets everybody good. Hopefully she becomes a comedian if she ever retires, because she gets everybody good. She's like the Don Rickles of Congress. All right, very boring. Not most people subscribed. Jeff Bezos plays F6. Pawn with a funny hat subscribed. Good, good. You have a 3D printed chess set. Wisconsinite. Can you say hi to Brazil? The whole country? Man, what am I, a nut? Yeah. Nobody gets AOC good. They try to, and then she crushes them. Yeah. They just say dumb shit because they're all dumb. All right. She's the only person in government that graduated college. Bam! You know, that wasn't Clown or Barber. Do I think this will work? Yeah, it might. It might. Da-da-da. Mm-mm. I love banning people. She's not a grandmaster, but someday she'll be a grandmother. Man, this guy's fast, and then some. Bishop G4. That's just mean. That ban was theory. Man, I love banning people. That's like the most fun I have, is banning people. Nothing gives me more pleasure. Nothing. Although I do like banning their children, their children's children also. Ben Feingold. Yeah, you never see Rosen or, you know, those kinds of streamers telling you how much they like banning people. Terrible. Let's see, I don't know, here. I mean, I know I'm losing, but I'm having fun. I'm going to win the World Open, except for one thing. I did tie for first in the World Open in 2002, but I was better in 2002. Still, it was unexpected. Eric Hansen was banning people. Yeah, me and Eric Hansen are like, that, son. See, I could do this and this and this. Oh, too much calculation. Keep feeling calculation. I guess I should have resigned. Position so strong. I'm a grandmaster. You have to go here. Yeah, getting some time on the clock. Go, Ken West. Yeah, he did do that. Who did you beat? You mean whom did I beat? Come on. I don't know. I beat 3 relatively low-rated players, and I beat Pavel Blatny, who's a weak GM who obviously bought his title, and I beat Boris Kryman, another weak GM, and then I drew Onashuk, Yusupov, and Smirin. That's more impressive than beating the weak GMs. Hooray. Kirshner was good up until like 88. Well, he died way before he was 88, but all right. I mean, he could have been good after he died. Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know. Am I a strong GM? Nah, I'm pretty weak now. Damn. Maybe he won't take back. Damn. Yeah, this position is the boring world of Niels Bohr. Thoughts on this new Israeli government? Yes. You spelled Israeli incorrectly. That's my thoughts. Next question. Israeli government's always the worst. It doesn't really represent the people. People are nice and the government's like ridiculous. Like when Trump was president. Except the people here are also terrible. So I guess when Trump was president, that did represent the people. Let's see, if I go here, he'll be scared. And when he gets scared, that's when people get shot. So we're all going to be like little Fonzarellis here. And what's Fonzarelli? Cool. Correctamundo. See how scared he is when I went there? Ooh. Yeah, I have more time. Something, something dark side, something, something complete. Yeah, most governments suck. Nobody sucked like Trump, but, you know, he tried harder. I was thinking of, I don't know, Snatch. When Radesh Sharvagia said, you know, F you, when he was getting shot. This is really funny. It's a funny scene. Let's see. I don't know. Here? Who's better, Biden or Trudeau? Well, you didn't tell me which Trudeau. Pierre or Justin. So I don't know. You didn't tell me which Biden either. Trudeau's better looking. Does that matter? No. Da, 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 da. Hey, no Sputnik in the chat. Da, 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 da. I'm easily the nicest GM, except for one thing. But otherwise, yeah. All right, let's go into the drawn rook and pawn ending and see if I can lose it. I think I can. Let's see, I'll retreat, because always retreat. And then I'll retweet. Because of his double pawns, it's an easy win, except for one thing. It's Pandemonium up in this bitch. Maybe he won't see he's in. Aw, he did see he was in check. Terrible. Dun, 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 dun. Man, G5 is a bad move. God damn. Good thing I went on time. Okay, he didn't play Rook H4. Let's see. How do I ever win this? C'est pas facile. I guess this wins. I guess I answered my question. Gotta Eric Rosen him. Stalemate him somehow. Was it stalemate if I take? A perfect game, except for one thing. One mistake, 0 blunders, 0 missed wins. I played much worse than that. But thanks. How do you even double your pawns? You have to double your pleasure. Yeah, no Sputnik in the chat, just English. If somebody's speaking in, gooey nonsense, just ban them. Always ban everybody. Yeah. No nonsense in the chat. If I want nonsense, it's going to be in English, and I'm going to write it. Oh, it's my move. I was just going to lose on time. How many languages do I talk? Man, 0. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Nickelodeon. Let's see here. Oh, my queen's there. Okay, we'll go here so my knight can get out. Man, they never fall for it, except when they do, which is never. Right, that's why I said Sputnik, because of the scene in Rounders. That's correct. No Sputnik at the table. Defense. Bishop f5. That's not fair. Stop beating me. I would never beat you. Sort of true. What's the true in Trudeau? In Soviet Russia, TV watches you. I didn't know why they made me take English in high school. I'm never going to England. That was weird. Da, 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 da. That's my move. Busy texting Fontaine. Nonsense, a Canuck. I had a dream. Is this your I had a dream speech? Damn. Go back. Hey, you spelled Israeli correctly. Man, you must have looked in several dictionaries. Go Ben. Did we have a second train? I don't remember. The first train died at level 1, and that was an hour and 35 minutes ago. I never remember if we have trains. I just remember when they ended at level 1 because of foolish consistency. All right, always retreat. Hooray. Frankly, delicious. You are old? That's correct. I'm the oldest. The last train was hidden by the rotating GM pole. Oh, okay. All right, now what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Oh man, now I can sack a Jawea. I don't care if it's good. Do it anyway. It's just, I have to do it. 2 bishops, fatals. I have to sack. Go, Ben. Well, if you don't take it, then that's no fun. Damn. I was just trying to have fun. That's all. Okay, what do I sack more? I don't know. I guess always retreat. Leave it on the last scam train to Georgia. Leave it on. Da, da. 200 rated. Man. I think he typoed 2000, but it's still funny. Dr. Ossip. Hi from Denmark. Are you Dr. Ossip Bernstein, even though you died many years ago? Birdman the movie? That was great. With Michael Keaton? I don't like Michael Keaton. Nobody dislikes Michael Keaton more than me, and I still liked it. So there you go. Come on, take my rook. Do as I say. Let's see. Rook takes this. Yeah, that seems to work. Yeah, that does work. Queen h8 mate. Hooray! Go Queen h8 mate. Yeah, I thought he was such a bad Batman. I stopped watching Batman. He's so bad. Man, Adam West is the best Batman. And he's the best, mayor. And as predicted 45 seconds ago, Queen h8 mate. Bam! A perfect game, except for one thing. One mistake. Nice comeback win. Don't call it a comeback. Let's see. All theory. That's right. It's Sven. I played you 1 billion times yesterday. And there was commentary by, can't make the joke. I can't think of his name. And 90% of you haven't heard of him. Carl Sagan was analyzing the game. That's why I couldn't remember. I played him billions of games. It's funny, I used to play billions of games, and then people found out my last name was Feingold, so then I played billions of games. Bully. How do I get in the queue? You spell Q correctly? Would you look in 12 dictionaries? I don't play high-level chess whether I'm having a conversation or not. So it's easy. I just play badly either way, but this way I'm, funnier. I don't know. Mainly this guy's doing it. I'm just, I'm just for the looks. Let's see. Always castle, it may be mate. What's my middle name? How do you not know my middle name? Someone get that guy a TV. Man, finding out the questions you ask me takes 1 second if you just do a search. But instead you ask me, and then I'm playing a game, and I go into a whole thing. Come on. If you don't know my middle name, that's your fault, not mine. Game of the century. Yeah, that game's not as good as the game that he beat Robert Byrne in the U.S. Championship where he sacrificed material. They call it the game of the century because he sacrificed his queen. Yeah, knight a4 was brilliant. Yeah. Let's see. If I do that, he does that. If he does that, I do that. Or etc. People are too dumb. People are dumb. People are dumb. When you're a smarty pants, faces look stupid. When you're alone, faces look ugly. When you're unwanted. When you're down. When you're dumb. Dun, 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 dun. Man, I could have just sang Dumb by Nirvana, but I just took the Doors song and changed Strange to Dumb. Man, I'm dumb. All right, attack my queen. I won't see it. Yeah, there you go. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, my middle name Philip has one L, confusing some of the audience. Not all of the audience, but some of it. I'd say it's 30% he blunders his queen, and it's 31% he goes here. That's my guess. So it's more likely he plays queen h5 by 1%. Dun, 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 dun. I am 16. Can I be FM? What? Dun, 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 dun. Why didn't you kill his horse? Which horse was I supposed to kill? Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah, I could have taken his knight. Yeah. I had a good reason though why I didn't take it. Didn't see it. See if I go here, he can go here, and then he wins my knight. Yeah. Harsh. I'm helping Sven? No, anything but that. What's my favorite musical instrument? Well, I used to play the violin as a kid, and we have some pianos in our house. I don't know. Favorite musical instrument? I'll have to pass on that. I could still play the violin. It would just, suck. But, I could play songs. I can play like a, 10-year-old kid that, takes violin lessons. That's like when I stopped. Yeah, I played for years. I played from like 5 to 10. And then I didn't. I did until I didn't. Dun, 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 dun. Center 17, playing the center. You're a trumpet guy? I have a friend who plays the trumpet, and the reason he plays, he sings and plays everything, but he likes the trumpet the most because of the movie The Blues Brothers. He saw it when he was a kid, and he liked the trumpet scene or something. My favorite violin piece? What? I don't know. I guess The Devil Went Down to Georgia. It's funny, I was listening to The Devil Went Down to Georgia by Charlie Daniels Band, like, over the last couple of weeks. And then out of nowhere, there's a guy who comes to karaoke who's, like, really good violin player. And he just plays the violin and whatever. And he actually played the violin, and they had somehow the song in the background without the violin. So the song, and then he would play the violin when he was supposed to, and it was just as good as the song or better. I mean, I thought that was really hard to play, and it is, but that guy is amazing. The guy goes to karaoke, brings his violin, and so forth. Go violin, go etc. It's definitely not like Dvorak's New World Symphony. I'm not, that's not my taste. That's funny. Nobody noticed this but me, although I guess everybody noticed it. But I didn't think anybody... Okay. Right after the violin guy played the Charlie Daniels song, Karen was on next, and she sang Dust in the Wind. And as you know, in the middle of Dust in the Wind, there's a violin solo. That guy could have played the violin solo, but, they just played, what was on the thing. So that was funny. I didn't expect a lot of violin at karaoke, if you know what I mean. I expected redneck, country, drunken, which we also had a lot of, but I didn't expect a lot of violin. Yeah, one guy, he's pretty X-rated. He brought in a sax and some violins. There's too much sax and violins, I thought. Da-da-da, dust in the wind. I'm 9 years old and 3420. Will you reach I am by 11? No. Mm-hmm. Do you like Adele? Well, I'm married. She's married too. So let's see what happened. Rook F8. This guy's doing good except for one thing. Yeah, Adele's good. Sings good. Carry on my wayward son. Fischer Kasparov, Fischer Karpov match in '75. They didn't play, so I have no insight. Have I ever been to a Dell? What am I, from Wisconsin? What about the farmer in the Dell? That was a good Adele joke. I like that. You guys aren't as dumb as I tell everybody. World's smallest violins. Yeah, that's right. Remember on The Simpsons when Homer, not Homer, I'm sorry, Krusty, Homer, when Krusty was gambling with Fat Tony, and Fat Tony like bet a lot of money, and always on TV and movies, the poker game doesn't make any sense. On TV and movies, when somebody bets like $1,000 and the next guy doesn't have $1,000, there's like a long discussion about what to do. And like every movie and TV show where that happens, instead of just the guy goes all in and the guy takes some of his money back. They don't do that. So anyway, so Fat Tony bets a lot of money that Krusty doesn't have. Krusty says, just a second. And he goes in his car. Oh, I have a lot of time because he goes in his car and he takes out his daughter's violin, and it's small. And then Krusty calls or whatever, and Krusty has like, like Full House or Four of a Kind, and Fat Tony has a straight flush. And then Krusty's really upset, and then Fat Tony's like, let me play the world's smallest violin. Oh, wait a minute, I can do it for real. He takes the violin and he plays it. It's funny. But before that, Fat Tony had his appraiser appraise the price of the violin to see if it matched the money that he gave. The appraiser goes, it's not worth much, but its sentimental value is through the roof. And he's like, okay, I accept that. Sentimental value is through the roof. I always like that line. B5. Man, this guy's doing well except for one thing. God damn. He's playing for stalemate. All right, can I give him more time? I hope so. Man, it's hard to give him more time. I can't find... He gave me 15 seconds like 80 times. All right. Good. My position's so good, I don't want this game to end. It's too good. They're both good players. Jesus. Wish I could breathe. Yay, it's a hype train. Hooray for everything. Keck and Mate subscribed. Michigan Chess, 100 cent to dues. Einstein and Oppenheimer? Oppenheimer. I guess Einstein was probably better than Oppenheimer in chess. So maybe my joke is wrong. Why is Taylor Swift your favorite singer? Because she's so good at singing. Let's see. I left my laptop power cord at the chess club. That you can come get it and be on the stream with me, sweetie. JD Wills subscribed. Hooray! Your Treo gifted a sub. Hooray! Panorama, 119 centidues. Hooray! All right, back to beating this guy the old-fashioned way. To death. Allowing F6 mate. Never play F6 mate. Now F6 isn't mate because he undefended G6. Terrible. See, I have a sense of humor, sort of. Hooray! A perfect game. 97 moves. Man, I had a lot of time when the game ended. That was good. 0 mistakes, 1 blunder, 0 missed wins. Good, good. I thought it was a perfect game. That Bishop and Knightmate was tough, though. Spotted Frog 234 gifted a sub. Hooray! John Mac TV subscribed. When is he coming back? That's Jimmy Mac. Prawn 14924 subscribed. Panorama 119 centidues. All right, let's get to level 4. We need an X-rated joke stat. Let's see. My first wife's peak rating was about 2100. Man, I should have said 2,500. I really blundered there. So stupid. I can't even make a cogent sentence anymore. That was a joke about my ex and her rating. It was X-rated. All right, back to whatever it is I was doing. Okay, that's the wrong time control. It's Yer Treo. He jumps to the top of the line. Shocking. Yeah, that's why it was bad. I should have said some higher or lower rating. It's really dumb. Hey, Karen, if you're listening, 50-50. When did these new emotes come out? Somebody mentioned them today, and I was like, what? Anyone? When did the new emotes come out? I hope it was today, because if it was before today, I didn't know about them. Go, Spencer. D4? What? D5, confusing the audience. Thanks, I only say LOL for the gifted sub. Hooray. Wait, what did Karen do here? Is that a Karen emote? Wait, what's happening? Whose turn is it? Is that a new emote on your channel? What's going on here? Dun, 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 dun. I don't get it. Don't forget to sub, and don't forget to get the hype train to level 4. Yeah, somebody give 20 subs. Do as I say. The more you donate, the more something. Karen, is that from your channel? What was that? Say what? Can I get a what? What? Maybe he won't take back. Nah, he would. Nah, I'm so confused and disillusioned. You should give bits and subs, and then we'll find out. You don't have 20 sub money. Boo. 20 seconds. We need 3 subs immediately or 1,000 centidues. It's going to die in 10 seconds. The hype train. No. Man, my hype trains suck. No. Darn. Level 3. Terrible. Knight takes f7. Confusing the audience. If I take it with the king, he could play queen takes here, which loses, but it's really cool. And he won't see it. But it's cool. So. Queen takes f4 is the funniest move. So we'll do that. You got to play the funniest move. No. Boo. Terrible work. Everybody's the worst. Yeah, we have more subs than we did like 3 days ago. So that's good. Knight takes. Always retreat. Is Kramnik overrated or underrated? Nobody's overrated or underrated. When you win, your rating goes up. When you lose, it goes down. So that's your rating. Nobody's overrated or underrated. That's what the rating is. I don't know. Here. I don't know. Here. Man, this guy's so underrated. Okay, I'll take. Ah, it won't let me take. Terrible. I'll let him sack the exchange. Subway is overrated. It's just sandwiches. It's not just sandwiches. They have drinks and cookies and apples. Yeah, they have a really good slogan at Subway. Hungry for apples. Yeah, that won some kind of award. Dun, 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 dun. People claimed it was similar to Got Milk, but there isn't one word in common. So I don't even know what they're talking about. Ridiculous. But this won an award in a state-of-the-art simulation. It must have been a crappy simulation. How does a guy like that go home and have sex with his wife? Terrible. Itchy Chimera subscribe. Good. Good. Yeah. Oh, snap. Got Jerry good. Just like the other prisoners. New season in 7 days. Next Sunday. New season of Rick and or Morty. It's probably Karen or a very polite burglar. You can come on the stream and hang out.
I can say for a second.
Yeah, I knew she wouldn't hang out too much. Let's see, this pawn. Let's go here and hope that he takes this and then takes my rook. 50-50. Either he will or he won't. 3 extra pieces. What else? Queen takes b5. It's Karen. Uh-huh. It's funny. Karen and I both have Hondas, but she can't find a chord. Man, where's my forced checkmate? Maybe I can win by farce. Center 17. Play in the center. Thanks for the gifted sub. Is Rick and Morty based on Sherlock Holmes? Rick and Morty is based on the, Futurama. What are you talking about? No, it's based on, what's that movie called or TV show? Back to the Future. Doc and Marty. What's that?
It might be here. Sure.
I want to do something cool. Ooh, this is cool. This is much better than when Shirov did it. Much better. Yeah.
How many power cords do you have? Just one?
Yeah, it has this big brick thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ooh, food. Yeah, I only see one big brick thing. Yeah. Should I call Bem Folds 5? Because they might know about having a brick. That brick's not the same. I can talk to Cool in the gang. They might know where to find a brick house. Frankly, delicious. Yay.
So I think the painters are coming at 9.
That's my favorite time.
So it gives me-
Oh, whoa. I could do that, but I only have 16 seconds left, so I can't. I forgot he could play queen takes and my knight's pinned, so I can't mate him. Damn. I made him with 0.9. My favorite amount. Here comes Karen. The Commodores, that's right. Damn, why did I say Cool in the gang? Terrible.
What?
Brick house. Now, let me tell you something you didn't know. What's up?
No.
Let me tell you something you didn't know,
Hey, Bowler.
but I've said it on the stream before.
Tired.
In the song, I like big butts and I cannot lie, by Sir Mix-a-Lot,
Hey, somebody
Baby-
just sang that the other night.
Baby Got Back. There's a reference in that song to the song Brick House.
Hey, Bishop Takes.
Does anybody know what it is? Somebody in the chat say what it is.
Hang on a second.
What movies are based on false stories? All of them? Man, Spencer knows. God damn. 36, 24, 36. Only if she's 5'3". Damn. Karen's furious.
No. Sorry.
Hi, Karen from Turkey. Is that English?
Hey, in Turkey.
Am I doing good or am I doing well?
Fatty. Hey, Fatty.
Why do we have a lot of viewers? Am I being embedded?
Yeah, you're almost last on time.
I know. I moved when I. That was intentional.
I know. It's scary.
No. Somebody rated me I never heard of, and it was over 100 people, and it said, well, usually it says they're playing chess. It said they were doing food and drink.
Who was it?
Well, I don't know. That's why I'm looking.
Maybe I heard him.
Right. It was a woman's name. It doesn't mean it was a woman. I don't know who it was. Yeah, here it is. I don't know if it's here, but it should be. They should do the when little things
Yeah.
happen. Yeah, here it is. Elisa Zhu. Alyssa.
This is you. Yeah.
Yeah. But it said they were doing food and drink. And I was like, what? Did the kids get picked up and such?
Yes.
AKA the Fist subscribed. That's what she said. Oh.
Yeah.
She normally streams chess. Okay, Grandmaster Gus knows who she is.
Yeah, it was a long weekend. I played chess all weekend, plus worked. I went to karaoke 2 nights.
This guy has a crush on you,
Busy.
but don't tell me. No. I asked.
Hey, unpause this chat.
Oh, I asked. What's her name?
Yeah.
Evelyn. Not Evelyn. Heidi.
Mama.
Heidi. I asked Heidi how old she thought you were, and she said 50. I said that's close. Then I asked her how old I was, and she said 60. Man, truth hurts.
Hey, kids don't know anything about age. No,
But somebody guessed you were 35.
I'm sure somebody that I didn't meet in person.
Yeah, the woman who
Patrick
was the
Clutter.
mom of that kid. That kid won a prize, I think.
Which
They
kid?
live near Commerce. They live in a city I've never heard of that you
Oh,
have.
yeah.
What's the name of that city? I've heard of Commerce because of you.
I don't remember if she said the name of it.
They did, but I had never heard of it. They said, "Oh yeah, you just go up 85," and I said, "Yeah, but we have a friend that lives really far up 85," and they said, "Oh, that's the exit after ours."
Yeah.
So that's ridiculous. Also, are you ready for this? Are you sitting down?
Yeah.
Now you tell me if this is true. According to C.L. Smith, he's closer to our chess club than Dothan.
Yeah. It's 4 hours from Dothan to Birmingham.
Yeah, he was going to play in Dothan, but he's like, well, that's too far.
Yeah, it's 4
Yeah, he lives in
hours.
Birmingham,
4 hours,
Alabama.
4 hours, yeah.
He said he lived in Birmingham, Alabama his whole life.
You got carded bishop takes.
Also, C.L. Smith is the exact same age as Spencer. Spencer's like a few months younger, like 6 months. Both 30. Man, 30 years in Birmingham, Alabama. What's your opinion?
About what?
What if you lived your whole life in Birmingham, Alabama? Frankly, terrible?
Well, if you have to live in Alabama, that's the place to live.
Yeah. What if you don't have to live in Alabama? Would you move?
Well, I did.
Yeah, right.
As soon as I could.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? Live your whole life in Alabama and he's like a normal person.
No, Birmingham's not bad at
Yeah.
all.
I mean, he did have 3 arms, but he's in Alabama, so he gets some kind of, there's, when there's, we won't talk about it on stream. All right.
Beats living in Mobile.
We had a lot of Alabama people at our chess center this weekend, if you can call them people. By the way, it's a new USCF rule, even though the USCF doesn't exist anymore. It's called US Chess. If you're from Alabama or Mississippi, you're not required to keep notation. For obvious reasons. What's worse, Birmingham, Alabama, or Birmingham, UK? Nobody knows. They love the governor there. That's correct. You ever been to Muscle Shoals or never?
No, I've never been.
But they have the Swampas. Come on.
But Neil put him down.
That's true.
But, man, I actually have a lot of work I have to do tonight. We're hiring 2 more people. I have to send the offers to those people.
People.
I have to report payroll. I have to do some stuff that I didn't do this weekend because I was playing chess all weekend and working. Busy.
When Taisha left, she said, "See you Wednesday." You agree? Oh. Is John ever coming back? Harsh.
Yeah, he was out of town.
Right, but when's his next time he's working?
Tuesday.
All right.
Yeah.
See, let me tell you what I like to see. You're my wife, so you should know these things. Ready? I like to see those ratings. Look at those ratings. That's what I like to see. Yeah. Like 1,400 is getting a little crazy, but
Man, that's a hard question. What's better, Tuscaloosa or Auburn? I lived in Tuscaloosa for a few months.
how can Tuscaloosa not be better?
Tuscaloosa's better.
I mean, it has to be.
I've never been to I have been to a more redneck place, but Auburn's pretty rednecky. And I know Alabama. And that's pretty rednecky over there. So I'm going to say Tuscaloosa's better. That's right, Roll Tide. Roll Tide. Definitely. I would be disowned by my family. or for Auburn.
You thought the UK was the Alabama of Europe. I like that. That's funny. Have I been to all the states? I have not.
I have been. I used to live in Boston. Paul.
That's strange because when somebody asked you to come to Boston, you said no. Boston ain't your kind of town. You're right next to Salem State. Yeah, my
Yeah.
daughter's not going to Salem State anymore. She's going to Wayne State, which also has state in it.
I've
Yeah.
been through Salem probably 3 or 4 times. It's so pretty. I just drove through though on my way to Rockport. I used to date this guy that was the director of the Rockport Music Festival for many, many years. And I went up there to that if you've ever been to the Rockport Music Festival.
I am a rock.
So pretty up there.
I am a music festival.
I am not a vegan. Athens, Georgia, or Athens, Greece? Well, obviously Athens, Greece.
I don't know. Close. I'm not sure.
You're in Beverly, between Salem and Rockport. I remember being in Beverly. I was just driving around from when I lived in Boston.
Oh no! My F pawn! Oh, I blundered my F pawn. Whenever I blunder, I want to resign. But I always remember, I always give a spite check first. Yeah, I always remember that. Yeah, when you play knife F5 against me, you better watch it. Know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. What do you call redneck terrorist Al Qaeda? I like that. That's acceptable.
Does Ben even play chess?
Maybe.
What are you playing right now?
I am.
Kind of.
Forgot. This tactic where I blunder the pawn and then I win his knight was first played in the game Gotcha versus Bitch from the Southern Open. No. Jim R202207 subscribed. Hooray! The Top Gear episode? What's Top Gear? One of the best episodes of Family Guy is when they're in the witness protection program and they relocate to Bumblescum, Alabama. And it says like population has some really small number, like 12. Then when they drive in, there's a guy there and he erases it and writes because they just came and he keeps it updated. Ooh, sacking the exchange, good idea. Man, that's a great episode. Also, there's another episode that makes fun of the South, where Pearl, what's Pearl's name? The old woman that Brian has to take care of and hates her. She hates him, but then he finds out she's a great singer. Is her first name Pearl or her last name? Doesn't matter. In that episode, Pearl hasn't left her house in like 30 years. She's afraid to go outside. So Brian explains to her what's changed since she went outside, 30 years ago. There's a whole song about it. And he says everything's different except the South. Then they show a guy with like one tooth and he's like, what? Yeah, they get the South good on that show. Not as good as Bumblescum, but close. What was her name? Where's Spencer? Spencer knows her name. Whatever you do, don't resign. If you resign, you're banned and your children's children.
Hey, so I made decisions. I'm going to get rid of the Scholastic with the July Classic.
Man, that rhymes.
Yeah.
Did you know that? That was cute. Scholastic with the... And then, why do we have so many viewers? What's going on?
No.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
And then we're going to have 2
I agree with that.
a month. And then the other thing that I'm going to do is we're going to require that you have a U.S.
I agree with that.
Yeah, that was Hope's push me for that. Because
I
they asked me about it before and I said no. So I got to credit Hope with that she pushed back on me. And I think that they're right. That like it's not really sustainable. I don't want to deal with it anymore. It'll force them to go ahead and use the internet like big girls and boys.
Trying to figure out what to do here. Like, what's the funniest? I mean, I guess having all rooks, because then I have 6 rooks. It's not super funny. I already did bishop and knight mate. So, I don't know. Winning by farce. Karen was a poet, and she didn't know it. That is correct. Her was name was Pearl. Her was name? What?
I think they offered you a trial.
I know. Was Pearl her first name or her last name? I think it was her first name.
My third round opponent kept offering me a draw.
Aw.
He probably
But we're in Georgia, so he should have offered you a draw.
he probably offered me 4 different draws.
Solid. What does a redneck magician say? Alakabama.
I saw that one.
Now here's Roy.
Hey, VCDJ 8.
The last name was Harbor. And so forth.
Oh, he needs more time. He wasn't offering a draw. He was requesting more time.
You can request more time.
I didn't know, but maybe not. Maybe they were just hypothesizing.
I had 4 pawns on the 7th rank earlier in the stream,
Yeah.
and I promoted them all to a knight in sequence. Knight, 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 knight. Yeah. And then the guy, the position was bad, so he said knight, knight. All right, let's get some knights.
Yeah, I mean, if I go to karaoke, it would be late after I do all my work. I have lots of work, so I'm only going to stay another 5 minutes. What's brown and sticky? A stick. How was your evening, Benjamin? Bad jokes. Oh, dad jokes. That's new. Now let me see what that is.
Yeah, I have 3 new emotes.
All right, so let me
When
see.
did they happen?
Yeah, she and I talked about it about a week ago, but I didn't know they were out yet. Let me see.
Yeah,
what dad
this is
jokes.
the dad jokes. This is Never Trade, and this is NH3.
Oh, I can't really see that one very well. NH3. Were you able to figure it out from the picture?
No, absolutely not. I don't know what to do that's funny, but I figured I have an idea now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a knight move. Here's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
My goal is to make a knight move, so I go like, here, 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 and then mate, like in a row. I have to figure out how to do that. Okay, so here, 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 and then one of my knights has to go here. Okay, so I can go here, here, here. Oh, I can't do it because it'll be mate. Damn. So I have to get my rook out of there. All right, so if I check, no, but he can go here. So we have to go here. Okay. Now if my rook's not there, he still can't escape. There, 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 there. All right, this will stop him from going to H2. Okay, and then I have to stop him from going to C1. Okay, so check, check, check. Yeah. I just have to hope it's not mate. I'm really worried that it's mate. Check, check, check. No, it's not. Yeah, it's not mate because I have to go here. So here, 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 here. Oh my God, I think it works. Check, 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 check. Yeah, it does work. Wow, that's great. Ah, he went the wrong way. He tricked me. All right. But that's okay. I'll force him to go the right way. Yeah.
I guess he was giving you time. Maybe that's what the noise was.
Mm-hmm. This is terrible because I have to do. Okay, I know what to do. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I have to use my king. Okay, I think I can do it now. Yeah, I think this works now. Oh, he can go here. So I have to defend this square. Okay, so I have to go here. Right, okay. I know what to do now. And then here. Okay, and then here. And then... Okay, and then here. And then here. Wait, how do I do this? Knight c3 check. How do I play knight c3 check and he can't play king c1? It's just this position, right? So I don't think I need my rook. I hope not. But I have to stop him from playing king f1. Damn. Okay, so check, 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 check. Okay, good. Now, do I need my rook when I do that? I hope not, because then I have some other ideas. Check, check. And check. No, I don't need my rook. Okay. So that helps. Okay, good. He helped me. Okay, now I can do it. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure how I would have done it if he had played king f1. I don't need my rook either. If my rook didn't exist, that's still, he couldn't move his king off the first rank. So that was pretty pathetic that I thought forever and I still did. I mean, that's what I wanted to do, but I wasn't even forced when I did it. Terrible. But it was pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Tropet. How's it
Checker
going?
69. No, anything but that.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your chances of going to karaoke? Not good?
Pretty slim.
Yeah?
No, I'm not really in the mood.
Slim and none and Slim left town?
I just want to go do a bunch of work, and then if I felt like it, maybe later we could just go for like an hour.
I always want to do a bunch of work. They close at midnight tonight, right?
Yeah.
Joel Wagner, that's the wrong time control. Although you've been waiting a long time, so I'll probably give you a break. Also, Cheesy's calm. Stop chilling. Wait, it says 5 minutes. I thought it said 3. Man, crazy like Fox News.
Yeah, I agree, boo work, but it has to be done.
Mm-hmm. Country's this?
Karen is Ben good at chess? Yes.
Saudi Arabia.
Karen, you should do something. I am doing something.
Yeah. Pearl was her first name. What was her last name? Burton. Pearl Burton. I think that's her last name. Pearl Burton. That sounds right. Anybody?
Can I pet Ben on the head?
Fox News has surprisingly few stories about foxes. Okay. Let's see. My knight's not attacked. All right. Burton's right. Yay. I finally figured out her last name. So here's my favorite thing that happened in the episode where they go to Bumble Scum. The reason they're in the witness protection program is a guy was committing a crime and Chris testified against him. Then the guy broke out of jail. Now he has to kill Chris. And so they send Chris and his family to Bumble Scum, Alabama to hide while they find the guy. Then one of the FBI agents just tells the guy where he is because he's drunk. And then he shows up and he's about to shoot them. And then there's like a bunch of Southerners and the guy just shoot the guy because they all have guns. And then the guy's laying dead on the ground and they're like earlier in the episode, they didn't get along, the Southerners and the Griffin family. So he's like, why did you do that for us? And he said, we're all Southerners here. We got to protect each other. While he's telling Peter that, he casually kicks the guy into the river. That's the scene I like. Well, you don't even notice he's like kicks the guy in the river because he's dead. That I liked. Yeah, somebody should get a raise for that. All right, back to losing to this guy.
How many of y'all gonna be millionaires next month after AMC hits 500K?
Man, everybody's an idiot.
What's AMC? Well, he said
AMC's the movie theater.
Oh, but why would? Well, he did a Kappa.
What? Yeah.
I didn't mention that part.
Everybody says Bitcoin and crypto every other word. They say AMC and GameStop when they're not saying those other words. Man, everybody's dumb.
Well, he was joking.
If you want something in life, you have to work for it. Now be quiet. They're announcing the lottery numbers. Don't.
Go get some.
Woohoo! Don't.
I like to play occasionally.
If you want to be good at chess, you have to play terrible like I do. I have the two bishops, but do I have the what else? What's that quote from Simpsons? A3. How am I supposed to, do stuff to you if you play A3? Now get out of here. I'm going to do stuff to her. That's from Family Guy. In Family Guy, they're all talking, and then all of a sudden it stops, and Peter talks to the camera, and it's like the Wonder Years. And then Lois is just standing there like this because everybody's frozen. And then he goes, "Okay, go away. I'm going to do stuff to her." And then they go to the next scene. Good line. Go away. Yeah, go Peter. Is it true the more we donate, the less money you have? Incorrect. Have I considered playing better? I considered it, but that seemed patently unfair. Knight A4 triple question mark. Triple question mark sounds bad. I was playing this guy from Mexico, and he made a lot of blunders, and we analyzed the game afterwards because he wanted to know where he made mistakes. And when it was a really bad blunder, he wrote an upside down question mark. I was like, what? That was the joke. That was it. Hold on. Da-da.
Oh, you put all your money in chess lessons instead of GameStop?
Boo. I don't know which one's more of a scam. I mean, yeah, good idea.
I knew
The
that.
more we donate, the more Karen goes to karaoke.
And believe me, I have to tip sometimes, or I'm there all night. I don't know. I'm disenchanted with Nick, like as the DJ.
Aw.
He just always skips me, he doesn't move me up appropriately.
See, he said, what was the joke with his upside down question mark?
Yeah, he's not the best. Thank you, Spencer, for backing me up here.
But you like him better than the guy you don't like.
He's better than Fabian.
Yeah.
No, I mean Nick. I feel like he gets a little snide too, and he's too picky about the way I sign up. I'm sorry, I don't really want to do it on my phone. I don't just walk up. Part of the fun is walking up and talking to Carl and telling him what I'm playing and seeing how he's doing. I don't really want to do it on the phone. I want to do it my way.
Do all of the people who are the DJs there, do they all smoke?
And by the way, they all take sign-ups both ways. They do all smoke.
And they all go both ways.
And it makes it hard to sing. If I'm standing out there, there's just smoke all around me, but you just do the best you can.
Is there a fire in the sky? Smoke on the water. Dun, dun, dun.
No, I'm not going to karaoke. I have to go home and do work.
It's annoying that I'm 2590 and not 2600. That is annoying.
Ben, you look like a glob of ketchup.
That's what I am. Somebody asked me if my shirt was bleeding, like I was like blood, and I was like, no. Is there blood on your shirt? I'm like, no. That's the shirt.
Yeah, I'm not really sure
It does look weird, but still.
about it.
Put it in H.
You guys still work? Yeah, I work more than anybody.
Do you want to do
Work a lot.
like you play and I'll be blindfold?
No.
That's your favorite thing
I'm
to
tired. I'm about to leave.
do? But wait, what about that thing I said?
I would do it sometime though.
Okay.
I need to be well rested and
Mm.
not having worked and played chess all weekend.
Mm-hmm. Da-da.
I'm disappointed in my last game. I was just tired.
Mhm. But you made our customers happy.
Yeah.
And in the end, isn't that the real truth? The answer is no.
No.
Karen's always tired.
I
The
know
truth
I do
hurts.
too much. He and I agreed on where the game turned.
To everything, turn.
I almost had his bishop trapped. Like I did actually, but then I forgot about it, and I moved away from my pawn.
It's funny in chess when you're playing a kid,
Yeah.
you can trap their bishop, but in real life, the bishop traps the kid.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happened.
I mean, I couldn't really
Copper
capture his bishop, but it just made it so
Mm-hmm.
the bishop was trapped on the queen side of the board. Anyway, I
Six
just
H6 is annoying.
goofed it up.
Good thing he didn't play it.
Goofed it up.
Never gonna goof it up. Never gonna let you down. Two bishops, what else? No, he played the move I suggested. Boo. I was very, sing copper tone. Da-da-da. You guys pumped for the World Open? Of course. Da-da-da. Stop the game. It's too exciting. It's too bishop exciting.
Yeah, one of the things I'm gonna do is go ahead immediately tonight and change all the registrations so that the USCF ID is required.
This is the first time I've seen two bishops and they're not raping a little boy. I can't even believe it. Yeah.
Still on that.
Two bishops retreating. I never heard of such a thing. Copper tone.
What song are you singing?
From Family Guy or whatever. End mate. 0% chance he sees it. What? He didn't see it, but he's wanted a piece. Copper tone. His rook was hanging here. Harsh. Guess I should. Yeah, there we go. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. It's funny because they actually do it. Exactly. The Catholic Church went too far. What happened was the leaders of the Catholic Church, they were very enthralled with Michael Jackson and they were trying to emulate, their hero.
Why didn't you capture the white hanging?
I'm sorry I checkmated him. I apologize. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Da-da-da.
When is Ben going to guest rap for Levy? Never.
What if I drive my Chevy to rap for Levy? Then Levy will resign.
He can guest rap for Ben, maybe.
No.
If he's lucky.
No. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Who's my favorite I am? Favorite I am? I don't know. Well, Eric Rosen, I guess. I did good. I gave a good answer. I was thinking of John Bartholomew, but I don't know. I sort of know Rosen better, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know Bartholomew.
Maybe Attilia Shetty. Maybe Matt Larson. Changing my answer. Matt Larson's my final answer.
Yeah, Rosen's my favorite.
Mm-hmm. Copper tone. If he doesn't see that, we're in this shit. We're doing well. So he hasn't seen it yet.
Mhm.
He's trying to do that, and he doesn't know why the computer won't let him. So he's winning a lot of time here.
Hey, son.
No. There's probably a, what do you call it, mouse slip. Whatever you do, don't stop that. Exactly. I like 3-digit opponents. Not opponents that have 3-digit IQs, just 3-digit ratings.
Favorite FM must be Aviv? Question.
Doesn't have to be.
Definitely one of the favorites.
Might be Levy. Canty's our favorite FM.
Oh, I forgot about Canty.
There you go.
No,
Did you forget about Dre?
it's still got to be Aviv though. Now
Damn.
listen until Spencer gets FM.
Mm-hmm.
Then Spencer will be our favorite
FM. No.
FM.
Oh, I can sack the exchange. Are you proud of me? See? And I
yeah.
retreated, and I'm going to retreat again. Dun, 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 dun.
All right, I guess I'll go home. Darn.
Aw.
Well, I got to get the work over with because I have to get the hours reported and I have to make the offers
Mm-hmm.
so that I can work less hours.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just keep hiring people until I'm not needed anymore. then we'll be done.
You think he knows the en passant rule at 700?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe it was a typo. Dun. Ah, I shouldered him out. I have big shoulders.
The old switcheroo.
That's right. You're doing a Seinfeld reference or no?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's not the old switcheroo. What do you mean? That's and so on.
Yeah, Good Night Bishop takes. Isn't Canty an NM? I think you're right. Canty,
Oh yeah, Canty's not
you're
an
right.
FM.
Thank you for correcting us.
Damn.
Because we actually, when we saw him, we made that error. We were talking to him, remember, and he corrected us.
Yeah.
And said he was in him. So yeah, I forgot again. I learn stuff and then I forget it.
I thought he was Eminem.
All right, well, bye everybody. I'll get on the stream while
What's
I'm
happening?
doing. What do you mean?
He's not moving, and he has like 2 legal moves.
Oh. But I'll get on the stream while I'm working. And so forth. Bye. Sees you. No karaoke for me.
Aw,
I'm too tired anyway.
you can't get to sleep. You think about I have 500
But I'll
bishops.
get on when I get home. So bye.
You can't get to sleep. You think about the 2 bishops. Analysis is too deep. It's gonna be alright. Just overkill. Day after day. Da da da. And now you know what it's like when God has a gun. I can't get to sleep. Now, that's 6 bishops getting ready to, yeah. Man, the South Park episode with the Halloween party thrown by the devil, that's a great episode. Everything about that episode is great. Ooh, let me eat this garbage. Then I can throw out the other garbage. Oh, this isn't what I thought it was. Oh yeah, that's in the fridge. This is just Papadam. So it's funny, this Indian guy who was at the restaurant, he was the owner. He said, I told him I was a vegan, and he was about to say that I could have, Papadam. And while he was saying it, I told him that I was friends with Anand. And he said, you could have Papa. Damn! He couldn't believe it. Oh. Yes. Delicious. All Indians do know Anand. That is correct. Hope somebody did a marker for that. Stop it, Peter. Okay, move the tables. Fat woman coming through. Stop it, Peter. You're embarrassing me. Do you think I'm fat? Do you think I'm a serial killer? What? Oh. I like when Tanya Sachdev refers to him as Wishy. And so on. What are they? Oh. That's a great scene in The Simpsons when Lisa's told after she takes this test that determines what you're going to be when you're an adult, and Martin's like, systems analyst, yes. And then Lisa says she'll be a homemaker. So the rest of the episode, she's choking on her own rage. And Marge is like, oh, being a homemaker can be good. And she makes like eggs, bacon, and toast and makes it a smiley face for Bart and Homer. And Lisa's like, they'll never notice. Ooh, you just wait. Then they come down. They run down really fast. And they go, nom, 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 nom. And they run after they're done eating. And the plates are like spinning because they ate so fast. The noises were the funniest. Nom, 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 nom. I want to sack a piece for nothing, so I guess I will. Man, there's like 800 Papadums here. God damn. Just like Letelier Fischer, Queen F4. Except when Fischer did it, it was winning. When I do it, I'm just kidding. It's possible I went too far. Possible. Somehow I doubt it. Two bishops, what else? And an extra queen. I worry over situations. This isn't the best move, but you know, it'll have the best outcome. But you know, I had better moves. But outcome's more important than playing the right move. Yeah. If I play Queen G5, he's probably still winning. E5 would have won for me, but I wanted to do this because this is better. Never play F6 mate. Let's see, E5 mate or C5 mate? E5 mate because it also wins his queen. Yeah. I don't think I made any mistakes that game. One mistake, 3 blunders, 1 missed win. A wild game, and you came out on top. That's what she said. Yeah, this is making me thirsty. I think they're pretzels. Let's see if I got a text from Woody Allen. Everybody on the internet's so stupid. It's good for me, though. Why are you so stupid? Truth hurts. All right, more Perrier. I haven't had a Perrier in like a minute. I can't get Perrier. I think about more Perrier. I have more Perrier. Wow, there's a lot of garbage on the floor. I drink more Perrier than atoms in the universe. There was a funny bit on Family Guy recently where they're at a funeral. I forgot who, but somebody. And Adam West is at the funeral, like in the audience. And he's like, nobody went to my funeral. And he just walked out because, you know, he's not alive. I don't know how they did that because he's not alive. And it was his voice. So anyway, it was great. That'll show him to not be alive. Adam West. Adam West. I mean, I'm going to stop streaming soon. So if you're on the list, I'm still not going to play you. But yeah. I've been streaming 3 hours. That seems like enough. I think about something. Have I won all my games today? I don't know, because sometimes, you know, I give all my pieces away every game. So I don't know. Sometimes I lose or draw and I forget. Futurama, Rick and Morty, Simpsons, Family Guy, and never heard the last one. Pretty good list. You forgot American Dad, and you forgot, what's the one you have to do drugs to watch it? You know, it's a dog and a boy. I just can't remember their names. I can't remember anything. Adventure Time. I remembered it. Yeah. SpongeBob. Yeah, SpongeBob, American Dad, Adventure Time. You missed everything. You missed the baby. You missed the blind man. Man, you Metache, we at the same time. That's pretty good. What's your Woody Allen's favorite movie? Was that English? I like Manhattan the best, but most critics think that Annie Hall's is best. I don't know why. I like the Gershwin music. I don't know. I like the way he's sleeping with a high school girl, and then later, yeah, this is the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me since I found Sun Yi's retainer in my pants. I don't know if that was Family Guy or Simpsons, but it was funny. Life of Brian. I only liked Annie Hall. Boo, boo. What's yours, Woody Allen's favorite movie? Ah, there's the rub. All we are saying is give Guy Peace a chance. All we are saying. Sleeper's good. Three's Company. Webster, Joni Loves Chachi, After MASH. Are these the 4 worst shows of all time? Because I'm not disagreeing yet. Let's see. Oh, he didn't move. Before, after MASH, but before After MASH. Dun, 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 dun. Favorite Bill Murray movie? Wow. I don't know, because he made too many movies. So I don't know. He can't get to sleep. Maybe Coffee and Cigarettes? Why is Bill Murray a waiter? I can't get to sleep. It's funny, he was in Groundhog Day, and at a very similar time within a year, he was in Mad Dog and Glory. It's funny how he's in two, Hog and Dog. It's like Haagen-Dazs. Yeah, Karen did not like Groundhog Day. I like it a lot, but Karen's like, C+. Dun, 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 dun. You guys like that stupid movie where they're playing golf? He's in that. What's that called? Caddyshack, yeah. I like the movie where the music is sung in Portuguese, the David Bowie in Portuguese. It has a really long name because it's the movie from that guy who has, weird movies. I like all those weird Wes Anderson. I like all those weird movies he's in with Wes Anderson. I forgot the name of the one I'm thinking of where they're on a boat and they're always singing David Bowie songs in Portuguese. Yeah, The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. I like that movie. Somebody has to like it. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. That was voted the worst song ever by everybody. Just letting you know. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Ghostbusters. Da, 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 da. Oh, my queen! Oh, no! Wait a minute. When you blunder, you should give a spite check. Oh, yeah. Spite check. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. I tricked him. Check, check, check. I have alligator blood. 2 bishops, what else? And a checkmate. Ghostbusters. A sprite check. This is Perrier, but it looks like Sprite. Da-da. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Oh, I white moves first. I always forget that. Man, this guy's internet, it got better. It got a Brazilian times better. Wow. It was terrible. Da-da. A Sprite store, just like in Curb Your Enthusiasm. Now, can you fix my watch? I just opened this door out of spite, Larry. I don't really know how to fix jewelry. What? Mocha Joe's great. The guy who plays Mocha Joe's really good. Who you gonna call? Yo, mama. Why is Bill Murray our waiter? Bill Murray, why are you our waiter? Go Jim Jarmusch. It's trying to learn. God damn. I like the documentary the guy made where he's trying to find Bill Murray and like talk to him. That's what he does. He just travels around and he tries to see if the Bill Murray stories are true. There's stories and they're like, is this story true? He travels all over the world to analyze the stories that may or may not be true about Bill Murray. He finds out they're all true. Then he sees him in a minor league baseball game, but I mean, you know, that was like the end of it. Ghostbusters. I don't know what that movie was called, but it was good. Like Searching for Bill Murray or Searching for Some Talent. I don't know. When are they going to acknowledge Bob Einstein's death? I mean, you know, just finished OTB 4 round 30 D5 game. That's an interesting way to put it. How did you lose? I mean, do. Let's see. I could take that. I could go here. I could go here. I could go here. This move is the least likely to be good. So let's play that. That's the funniest move. Okay, now, knight takes or bishop takes. Which is funnier? I don't know. I guess I like my knight there. Yeah. Delicious. This guy's not like giving up. Now it's time to punish you for not losing immediately. Good Futurama reference there. What's the Bill Murray movie that's also... Is it Broken Flowers? I want to say Broken Flowers. Even if it's not, I want to say that. I think it's Broken Flowers. He travels around looking, like talking to all the women he slept with to find out if somebody's his boy or I don't know. And in one scene, he visits his ex-girlfriend and she has a daughter that he like probably didn't know about. And she's like, I don't know, 16. And her name is God, I can't remember anything. You know, it's a book and a movie. What am I thinking of here? Oh, God. So mad. Lolita, thank you. Yeah. And then his ex-girlfriend and her daughter want to do a three-way with him. And he's like, what? What's happening? Her name was Lolita. That was funny. Can I go here? I guess it's legal. All right. Yeah, it was Lolita. Yeah. Good job. Yeah. I never saw Lolita, but my mom's always like, you didn't see Lolita? You gotta see Lolita. Frankly, ridiculous. Somehow my mom sounded like Naka. I don't know what happened. All right, time to blunder a piece, improve your rating. Do it! What? That proved nothing. I've never been so angry. Let's see. Take, check, carry the one. Rook plus tax. I'll get mated, but at least I'll try. Yeah. Oh no, my queen. Yeah, Wes told me they did a remake of the Thomas Crown Affair, and they got rid of the chess scene, which he claimed is the best scene in the movie. I didn't see either movie, so I got nothing. But, you know, somebody probably saw them both or heard of them or something. Something. Oh, my pawn's attacked. Oh no, my pawn. Man, this guy's all over me. I don't know about that move. This is the professional move, but you know, I quit being a professional. I'm an amateur. It's the greatest cleared sacrifice probably of all time. Well, they didn't take it. Where's my king? Is it here? No. C'est la même chose was written by Nabokov. That is correct. The Illusion Defense. In the Illusion Defense movie, when he's playing in tournaments, he wins all his games in like 6 moves to like beginner opening traps. Very suspicious. That movie could have been good. Truth hurts. Put it in H. Oh man, I'm gonna Nigel short this guy. Oh snap. I didn't mean I was gonna go here. I'm gonna talk down to him in a pithy way. That's what Nigel shorting somebody is. Let's see. Rook G7 is the best move, so I'm not doing that. No, I don't think we'll be telling them that. Simpsons is so good. God damn. I haven't seen a beating like this since the famous game Chris Brown against Rihanna. I should sack my king, because then my knight gets in. Yeah. Pretty good. Well, I don't know what to do, but I should always sack the exchange. Although he played here, so I don't know. Oh my god. I'm trying to decide if Rook G8 check wins. I have 20 seconds. I probably got to be careful here. Does Rook G8 check win? Rook G8 check does win. Wow. I'm not playing it, but it does win. 8 seconds. No, I'm going to lose for sure. I'm so worried. No. Oh, no. I got to be careful. 3 seconds. I wanted to make a knight, but if I had like 10 seconds, I would have. But 3 seconds, I got to watch it. 2 mistakes, 0 blunders, Papa John's. Let's see. My daughter played her first tournament. She finished 2-2, which was ahead of me. That's not surprising. Don't call me daughter. 3 hours. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys 1 game to start a train. If there's no train, this is my last game. If there's a train, you know, I'll play a few more games. That's the bargain we're making. Man, he just lost his internet and got it back. Portugal again, probably the same guy. Just different account. Let's get the train going. I guess I have to raid Naroditsky because he raided me yesterday. Turnabout's fair play. How do we start trains? You know, you get a conductor, I guess. Yeah. Da-da. Well, we don't have a train and the game's about to end. Da-da-da-da. So this is my last game. And then sun. Da-da-da-da. I ain't afraid of no ghost. I like banning subs. Trying to learn 1, 2, 3, 4, 200 centitudes. Hooray. Yay, I can leave. All right, thanks for watching the stream. You guys are the best. Or something. I definitely don't hate all of you. Everything I did was wrong. Sounds like me. Do. Have a good night and a good bishop, and so forth. Let's see, did I do it right? Hope so. Yeah, I did do it right. All right, see you guys the next time I stream. Bye.